At the time of me writing this, pre-meditation I was unfocused and mentally all over the place. Now, after meditating for just 10 minutes, initially I felt a bit drowsy, but now I feel a lot better. It's really interesting how frequently we consume things, yet never really produce things back into ourselves. Meditation is one of those things that you hear constantly advocated for, but never really is explained more than just it's healthy and it's good for you. And even when you hear all the benefits, it's never really something that's just like, oh, I should be doing this or I'll like lose my brain or some shit. Like, it is almost oversold, but under practiced is the best way I could put it. Well, people will constantly talk about the benefits of meditation and how, meditation is good and just people rave about the benefits, which are there. It honestly feels like it's pretty rare for people to kind of authentically just believe in it. I don't know. It's strange. And I've realized in my own experience that it can be life-changing in some aspects, but I feel like it's very rare for people to do it, and I don't appreciate that. So today I'm making my video about meditating. You should do it. It's really useful. It's nice. Especially when you feel like you're overstimulated or just your brain feels cluttered, or honestly if you just feel like any like negative, I say in like quotation marks, feelings, it is really good at helping you kind of just ground yourself and relaxing, because instead of just trying to distract yourself or just like instinctively reaching for a phone or like something stimulating, you can just kind of return to yourself and you don't really have to focus on too much. I feel like there's a really big misconception on what meditation actually is, because a lot of people would imagine meditation as this thing where like you're just silent, straight back in like a full lotus stance and just not thinking about anything, as if you're just like passing, like just imagining water streams. But that's not necessarily what it truly is. Meditation a lot of time is just you surrendering to full acceptance of your brain's thoughts, not really being too committed to any thoughts, but also not pushing any away, just kind of sitting back and observing. And just based off of the sound, that it doesn't sound like it'll do much. It sounds kind of boring to some people, but if you sit there and just do it without any expectations or anything like that, just if you sit down, put a timer for 10 minutes and like 5 seconds on your like phone or computer or just anything that you have, find a mostly quiet area, maybe a room you can close the door in, and just sit in it and let any thought that comes to just ride it out. Like, how I see it, our thoughts are like kind of like waves in an ocean. Our brain is just an ocean with a bunch of layers of like depths and whatever, but the thoughts that surface are kind of like waves. And when I'm meditating, I like to just imagine I'm kind of like a surfer and just ride the waves until they like dissipate pretty much. And then when another wave comes, I'll ride that one, and then I'll just keep like following the flow of like the ocean of my thoughts pretty much, or like the sea of my thoughts. And once that timer rings, which depending on how like in it you get, or how long you do it, it'll feel like it happened really quickly. Other times you'll feel like the time is kind of just like dragging, but I found that starting with like 5 minutes is useful if you're trying to ease into it. Starting with 5 minutes, and if it feels really short, come back maybe like an hour later, or like maybe even the next day, and try it maybe 10 minutes. If that feels like it's too long, put it back down to 5 and do that for a little bit, and just progressively overload it. You really don't need more than 10 minutes a day, but it's definitely useful to kind of use it as needed. It's one of those things where like it can be a one size fits all. Like doing 10 minutes a day period is just useful, but some people like to do more, some people like to do less. it's one of those things where you just kind of have to figure out what's good for you. But I definitely think implementing it, period, is just useful, and it should be done daily. Now, it doesn't have to be done daily because, you know, as useful as it is, it's just one of those things like, if you want to make a commitment for it, that's good, but I feel like you shouldn't stress about it. That's like the biggest thing about anything in life, honestly. When it comes to working out, meditation, anything like that, while they are very healthy and should be done all like every day, hypothetically speaking, if you feel like you're kind of dragging your feet and like fighting yourself to do it, then I wouldn't recommend kind of like burning yourself out of it. Do it as you feel necessary. Of course, push yourself, but don't make it something that you hate, because then I feel like to a degree it loses the benefits in the first place, and you'll become even more kind of unfocused and agitated. So yeah, that's what I have to say today. I know it's nothing too crazy or too profound, but just wanted to kind of come up here and just advertise meditation, I guess, because it really is useful in a world where it feels like everything is just kind of easy to inhale without really vetting out the validity of it, I guess. I don't know. The purity or whatever. What I'm trying to say without all my metaphorical speech is just because there's so much things that kind of come to us when it comes to just like consuming content. Like we go to them, obviously, like we open our phones or whatever. But we like open an app and immediately we're just overloaded with information. There's so many things happening at once. To kind of strip away from that and kind of like disconnect from it all, to kind of like just return to yourself, feels really nice. So again, I urge you to try it. Just 10 minutes a day, or 10 minutes for today, or whatever like split or schedule works for you. Just trying something new if you haven't done it before. Just trying it if you've put it down, whatever the case is. Just doing it helps. You will feel a lot better, and you won't even realize the time has passed if you really like just let your brain go into it. Sometimes you might even like experience some like emotional releases. Like I know I've literally like just started crying before like mid meditation. It's not weird, it's healing. That's the best way I could put it. But again, I love you guys. Thank you for your time, and hope to see you soon. I know.